Just giving the Hutch a facelift. Ladies loving the new coop. Alright, howdy folks, good morning. I just want to start off by telling you I stained my Hutch here that I just pressure washed. Came out really nice. I still got to do some upkeep repairs on this. This is my first prototype rabbit Hutch. Just to give you an explanation and why I think these are the best breeding style. I mean, there's a couple styles I like, but I personally, I have raised probably, I don't know, 50 or 60 litters just in this Hutch alone, but I have been progressing over time. So this is the basic setup. First off, the entire run is a door because I make it so I can have complete access in here, be able to, you know, grab a rabbit. Sometimes they get excited and you want to be able to handle them. You don't want to be reaching in little tiny holes and stuff like that. Now granted, you know, this one's a little bit of a mess. I pressure washed it, but I still got to do some cleaning, and I got to kind of file or sand some of these doors. So this is the inside, and I'm making on my newer prototype, my newer ones, I made a modification to this. So you can see how in this area, and this will be changed for future, the manure and urine, it'll cause it to pile up on top of that 2x4. So that's going to be removed for the next Hutch. So you can see out here there's nothing where the poop can really land on. So what I'm going to do here is I need to replace this gauge here. This is a 16 gauge, and I'm going to all 14 gauge. It's a little pricey, but it is what it is. But this Hutch already is geez, like 10 or 11 years old already. So I'm modifying it, so there's going to be a piece of foam on each, 1-inch foam on each wall, and then I'm going to double up the plywood, and it's just going to be straight plywood. So like you could see where rabbits have chewed on these corners and the bottoms, well, that's going to be no more. So those are going to be completely hidden in here, and it's just going to have the wire mesh floor with nothing below. I'll modify the legs as well. I believe I'm gonna just take these off and build a new style permanent leg. Also, in the wintertime, we lay a board in here. Now, rabbits are relatively clean, but if you give them a spot, they will urinate and poo in. We try and train them to do that out in the run, but sometimes every now and then you get a rabbit that'll do it inside. But we're going to eliminate that. But as you can see here also, you got full room to maneuver. And these are also predator proof. Raccoons have tried to get in. Foxes, as you just saw in one of my, I think the last video, by the time you see this, they cannot get at the animals. So on this one, this is a duplex. Now, I used to do females in this hutch here, but I have since changed that. This is designated for my males only now. And I put a female in the grow out hutches. Although this run is slightly bigger, and I'll show you where the males are right now. They're in my latest hutch prototype, my latest build, and you'll see that the run is slightly smaller than this one. Alright, so this here is the grow out. So as you can see, I built a much larger run and a much larger nest box. So what I used to do is breed the females in the smaller hutches, and then I would put them in here just to have a kindle, and then once the kits can be separated from the mother, I would actually remove the mother from here and put her back in the other nest box, or not nest box, the hutch. So in this one here, this is much bigger, much more room for several rabbits. I mean, this thing, I've had litters up to 12 rabbits, and they had plenty of room. But you could see when we removed the board, the winter board out of here, that they do start to urinate in here, and that again had caused a rusting issue with the mesh, the wire mesh. So I'm going to be replacing this one at some point as well. But look at the ease of being able to handle and manipulate your rabbits. There's a lot of space in there. And we are at a good working height. I mean, you could see, you know, I'm standing right here, and I could easily just reach right in. Well, spider web there, but I could easily just reach right in and grab the rabbits and handle them, pet them, whatever I need to do. So between this grow out hutch and the original duplex, this is, to me, the best setup for an urban rabbitry. I have 2 sets of these, and they just work fantastic. Oh, sorry about that close-up. I have 2 sets of these, and they just work fantastic. Alright, so this is my latest duplex. It's very similar to the first one I showed you, just a few modifications. This here is one of my males. Oh, there's Milo. Hey, Milo. I gotta go say hi, otherwise he gets mad. Alright, so as you can see, I did do the modifications in here. So you have the plywood walls here. The only thing that they can chew on, and he has, is this piece right here, but not bad. But this is part of the frame right here. But you could see these are insulated with the blue 1-inch foam. And in the wintertime, I will put a board in here, and I don't do that for warmth or anything, because they got a fur jacket. I just do that to, you know, give them a place where there's no breeze, you know, and they stay dry. So this is another male. So this guy, once we took the boards out of here, he pees in here, but he'll stop once we put the board in here. But same thing, you can see how good it's holding up. Every now and then I gotta come in here and just grab the hair. Sometimes I just quickly burn it off. This guy's a good boy here. But so I use the big feeders and I let these guys self-feed. Not a big deal. I put little boards in here. Sometimes they rest on those. Right now we're using these water bowls, and every day, a couple times a day, I come out and I dump them and refill them. I just gave him some of my pepper plants this morning. But I also, right behind there, I can't show you because I don't want to maneuver him too much, but there's a hole that I cut in the wire mesh, and what that allows is for me to put a heated bowl. The cord goes out, and then we're able to plug that into an extension cord. And that's how we run the water in the winter time. So the heated bowl never ever freezes. It only runs when there's like a 5 or 10 degree change in temperature. Then it'll kick on the thermocouple. It'll keep it from icing up, and then when it gets up to temperature, it shuts off. But he's a good boy. So, and he's a big one. That's a New Zealand white purebred. Beautiful, beautiful rabbit. And he's actually the father of the litter over here. My next breed, I'm going to breed this other fella. So this guy is young. Oh, where'd he go? So this guy, he's young. So we're going to breed him next. And he's a chinchilla New Zealand mix. And as you can see, he's a little bit smaller than this guy. Little bit smaller, but he's young. He'll thicken up and fill out a little bit as time goes on. Now you can also see I double latch. You know, sometimes raccoons get smart, but I have double latches on here. So, and in the last video you'll see that a fox came and he was sniffing underneath. He was trying to get at the rabbit, but he can't. So they're well protected. Alright, so not only do we use the water bowls, but I also use a 5-gallon bucket of water with just one nipple on here. So just in case our bowls run out of water and we're not home, then the rabbits are able to get water from the nipple. So this run and nest box or nesting area is much bigger than the last one I showed you. So this is my latest build. Oh, this guy's chilling out in here. So you could see that there's only one little spot where manure or stuff can build up, but they don't really go on the sides. They go in the corners. We'll be putting our board back in here shortly. Look at this little fella. Hi, little fella. I don't know if that... Oh, get in there. Okay. Alright, so this one here, I can't wait to sex this rabbit right here. I'm hoping that this is a female. If this is a female, I want to keep her because she's got the New Zealand and chinchilla traits with the gray, but she doesn't have the red eyes. She has the other color eyes, and they're almost like a bluish brown. So I'm gonna hopefully be able to keep her for a female. These other two are either going to be sold for breeders, or I'm going to put them in the pot in the freezer. So this was her first litter, and it's a small litter. So, but she's a good mother, and hopefully the next litter will be a big one. And also in here I got the bigger feeders. I don't come out here every morning and give a tuna can size thing of feed. I actually let them self feed, and I've never had any issues by doing that. I am not breeding for... They just heard a squirrel alerting out there. That's why they went into alert. we have a lot of hawks and stuff here, but I don't breed for show, even though I have a lot of show traits. If I was going to do that, I would do more of a purebred. But I'm doing it for meat is what I do it for, self-consumption. So and just so the audience knows, you can actually inbreed your rabbits if it's just for meat, and it's not an issue. You do not want to inbreed rabbits if you're going to sell them for breeders or anything like that. You want purebreds as much as possible. You want different bloodlines. So every several years I actually introduce new rabbits into my rabbitry, so we end up with a better bloodline. So right now that's actually where I'm at. I got a really good bloodline, even though I have a mix. I have a mutt, but I'm constantly breeding my purebred New Zealand white into these chinchilla mixes. And like I said, that's, for me personally, why I introduced the chinchilla, is because I love the fur. And now that I'm retired, I'm going to start messing around with the furs. I'm going to tan them. I'm going to start making some you know, clothing items and stuff for my hobby, sale, whatever you want to call it. But that's it. That's why I say that these are the best Hutches for breeding. And just for the ease of use and accessibility, the rabbits do very well in here. They never have problems with their feet. And on occasion I put the boards in here. And also what's still inside the nest box is I have a smaller wire mesh that when the babies are really small, they can walk on without their feet, you know, falling through. But they don't seem to mind. They do very well. There's the mom. Hi, Mom. Hey, baby. She's a little skittish. She's teaching the young ones how to be protected. These guys are beautiful. Yeah, like, again, this is the one I want to save for a female. I'm really hoping this is going to be a female. So, it's a good rabbit. So that's it. That's my rabbitry design. Don't ask for plans because I build these on a whim. I just go with the flow, and I try and make the cutting minimal. They look good, they function, and I can really produce a lot of rabbits. Because if I really need to, I mean, let's say there's an emergency and I really need to, I can run this setup as is. I got the 2 males, the 1 female, and then I can put, if I need to, I could put 2 females and a 3rd female in that one, and I can run multiple litters if I want. But I would only do that if there's an emergency. But at the moment, these are my 2 oldest Hutches here, and I pulled them out to maintain them, stain them and everything. But I'm thinking about selling these 2 right now because I got some other designs in my head that I'd like to try and produce shortly. So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share the channel. We're trying to grow it. Have a good day. Let's drop a few tomatoes in here. They love the tomatoes. Coop is working out awesome. So again, it's rat proof. So the water and the food is up in this area, so no rats can get in there. Look at the chickens go right up in there, no problem. Even took a tomato up there, look at that. She wants to eat in peace. They don't leave any scraps, these ladies. Look at this other one, got the tomato in his mouth, in her mouth.